When you have a baby, everybody in the world is like, I'm coming. Your coworker's like, I'm coming. You're like, great. But meanwhile, you're in this like learning curve. Where's your window of opportunity to learn how to breastfeed? Where's your window of opportunity to utilize your nurses? I mean, if you're sick and you're ill and you're going home and it's discharge day, you want all your instructions. You want to know how to take care of yourself. So you have this lovely lactation consultant that's coming in to give you this full-on, one-on-one attention every day. And you're going to say, oh, mom, dad, brother, sisters, cousin, nephew are here. And, you know, it's hard.
And by the way, and the baby's sitting there like, ha, ha,
right.
ha, ha, ha. She's giving you everything but a flag that says, I'm hungry.
Right.
And you kick them out
because
you have visitors. So my thing I tell all my students is make your husband the bad guy.
Right.
People think men are the bad guy anyway, so just let them wear that hat and let them say, oh, she's crazy right now. She has to breastfeed and she's been crying all day, and everyone will be like, all right. And they'll like back out of the room and he looks bad, you look normal, and you can learn how to breastfeed.
It's so
you have to assign bad cop before you enter the room.
It's so true. And I think the big thing too is to keep that in mind when you go home. If you want to know what people can do for you, it's not to take care of your baby for you. It is to do your laundry, to do your dishes, to do your cleaning, to do your whatever. Make sure
dinner.
You're fed. Make sure you're right. Not to take care of your baby for you. Maybe to change the baby's diaper so they can bring the baby back to clean, but that's about it. Your job is to focus on mothering and learning how to mother this baby. And a lot of times we say, and I don't know what to do here, but I try to get moms in advance to try to room in here, if not the first night, at least some of their time with their baby. So when you go home, you're not shocked by seeing what goes on with your baby.
All night.
All night long, because they were in the nursery and you just thought they slept for 4 hours because they were in that magic room. That
and
just
the sounds they make.
Yeah. Right. And
they're
then
very
they go
noisy.
in and you're like, what is that? Are they alive? Are they okay? And you start freaking out and calling everyone you know.
Yeah.
So they let you do that here?
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
So
Yep.
the baby can sleep in your room?
Yep.
And I delivered here, and I had a C-section with my first, and I chose no separation, and I had no separation with any of my
And you can have
kids
any degree of that.
Yeah, you can have any degree of that. If you don't want them to get weighed in the nursery and you want them weighed in front of you in your room, you could have the scale board in your room. You just need to kind of work that out with the nurse manager.
And you just leave, when you come in, you can, you don't have to have the official birth plan, but you can just say, I know you're my nurse and I can see this is going the way of the section and this isn't what I planned. I still want the baby with me as soon, for skin to skin contact as soon as the baby is born, and we're going to be able to work on that. And just like in getting the best mortgage deal, you just want to be the nicest person you can to get the nicest nurse response to get what you want.
Right.
And will they give you a while for that, for the skin to skin before they take you away?
As long as the baby's healthy. That's like no matter what happens in life, as we all know, health comes first. Mommy's health, baby's health. As long as nobody's in danger, everything's copacetic, they will leave the baby with you. Babies often have a temperature situation when they come out because they're cold and wet, frankly. So, as long as we can get a hat on them and dry them off and get them in a blanket to you, then there's no problem. And the lactation consultants are supposed to be in the recovery room with the moms who are sectioned, so that they don't miss that first 2 hours.
Right.
Because that's important.
And you are the better, temperature regulator.
Yeah, they take your
baby.
temperature from you. You can sit there with thermometers. We've done it, where we put a strip on a mom's head and then we'll take an axillary on a baby. The mom's temperature will go down and the baby's temperature will rise up. In NICU, it has a fancy name. It's called kangaroo care.
Yeah.
Anyone with a chest and skin, babies will do that. They're great little machines. They come out and they know what they need, and moms instinctively, they take from us what they need, and you can watch it happen, and it gets all their systems working.
It's true.
It's very natural.